welcome back to my YouTube channel after my last video that was ages ago. I'm back. If you are a new subscriber or a new person tuning into my videos, welcome! Today we are talking about, I want to share with you guys my favorite TV shows right now and basically tell you guys that you should be watching them. I've kind of like formulated a list of TV shows that I just feel like are so good and that I'm obsessed with and I want you guys to be obsessed with. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have my iPad here with me and this is where I watch like a majority of my TV shows. I kind of hook it up to the TV in my room and I just kind of like go ham on TV shows like on weekends when I'm bored and not doing anything, or even during the weekday before I go to work or maybe after work, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so first I'm going to start with Limitless. Limitless is on the CBS network and it is amazing. It's featuring the guy from Greek. I think his name is something McDonald, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. But the guy from Greek, the really hot one, I think his name is like Jake on the show, and he was so attractive. He was just, So when I first saw the preview for it, that was initially what attracted me to wanting to watch the show. And then also because, I don't know if you guys know, the show Limitless on CBS is kind of an extended version of the movie. There was a movie that came out around, so long ago. I want to say like maybe 2009, 2010, 2011, 12, 13, 14, I don't know. But it was sometime and it was a really good movie. It was featuring Bradley Cooper and it was so good. It was about the drug NCT and blah, blah, blah. So they extended it into an actual show because it was such a huge following after the movie. The movie was so good, by the way. Haven't seen it? Go see it before you watch the show. So, the show's so good. The guy from Greek, he's the main character, and you know, he's on NCT. Without giving too much away, he's on NCT, and he's kind of like solving cases with the FBI, and like the drug helps him be smarter, and all that. And if you've watched the actual movie, then you'll kind of understand where I'm coming from. If you haven't watched it yet, please go look it up. You will be so obsessed with it after like the second episode. Not the first one. Maybe not the second one, but the third one, for sure you'll be hooked, I promise. Okay, next show, Blacklist. Blacklist. Blacklist is so good. It's so good. Like, I cannot even begin to express to you how good this show is. It's just, first of all, it's on NBC network. Now, mind you, NBC is kind of an interesting network. They don't usually keep shows around a lot that are like new premiere shows, or like during the fall season they'll premiere a bunch of shows and then like cancel like 20 of them out of 30. So I mean, they're not necessarily the most like reliable network. A lot of the times don't get hooked on a TV show when you first watch it on NBC because it's most likely going to get canceled. Luckily for me, this show did not get canceled. It is in its third season, episode 14. When I tell you guys, I just had to get serious real quick. When I tell you guys how good this show is, there's no words. So good. Basically, it's about a criminal, known fugitive. He's been on the run forever, and he turns himself in on the very first episode. And the first episode of the entire show is so groundbreaking because he walks into a federal building and says, "I'm Raymond Reddington," and puts his hands up. Guns are drawn everywhere, so it's like, you know, it's just like so intense, and everyone's just like, "Oh my God, it's Raymond Reddington," like blah blah blah. And he basically points the FBI detectives. He has this like weird obsession with one of the characters, Elizabeth Keene, and he basically points the detectives into the direction of his associates. So basically people he works with. He like kind of points them in a direction and says like, "Oh, he's gonna like he's a part of the biggest ring that traffics young girls," and then he'll point them and they'll get them, and it's so intense. And then he'll be like, but the thing that you need to understand is that Raymond Reddington always has a secret agenda. So it's like he'll tell the FBI like, "Oh yeah, go get these people, go tell them like, oh blah 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 blah, he's doing this, he's doing that," but he always has a reason why, because it's for his own personal gain. So that's all I'm gonna say about the show. By my reaction when I first started talking about this, I hope that makes you go watch the show because it's stellar TV. Now, the third show I just got into, I think I downloaded a new episode last week. Shades of Blue, Jennifer Lopez's new show on NBC. Fire. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Basically, it's about a dirty cop. You know, I think did I tell you guys it's on NBC? NBC. So it's basically about a dirty cop who gets caught being a dirty cop and has to turn herself into an informant for the FBI against her own squad and her own team. So basically, you know, she has to lie about it. Her team doesn't know that she's an informant. They're all dirty cops. Her whole team is dirty cops. So she becomes an informant for the FBI, basically trying to take down her boss, Wozniak. And Wozniak is just a little package of surprises. Let's just say that. He's an interesting fellow, and by the 5th episode or 4th episode, you'll know what I mean. If I could wink, I would do, you know, like by the 5th episode, you'll be like you'll get me. We'll get each other, you know. So that's that. Shades of Blue, Jennifer Lopez new show. It just got picked up for a 2nd season, so I'm really excited. It can only get better. I think they're on episode 7 right now. Tonight is episode 7, I believe. Or, yeah, when I'm recording it. Yeah, tonight. Okay. Then the other show I'm obsessed with, they're on their 5th season, Game of Thrones, but the seasons are very short. There's only like 10 episodes, so that's why I'm including it in this little talk about TV shows that you should be watching now, because the episodes are really, the seasons are really short, but the episodes are very long because it's on HBO's network, and so it's like 58 minutes each episode, but it's so good. All I can say about Game of Thrones, everybody dies. Everybody dies. And it honestly, it pisses me off, but, you know, what's a thrill without people dying? So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Everyone dies. When you watch Game of Thrones, remember what I'm saying. Everyone dies. Okay. So next show, Quantico. Quantico is another one of my newfound favorite shows. They just came back for from their spring or winter break, I don't know, but I'm obsessed with Quantico. One of the main characters' names is Alex Parrish. It's about someone who goes to Quantico and learns the ropes of becoming an FBI agent. Fast forward to becoming an FBI agent, and all this drama, all this stuff ensues in terms of who bombed Grand Central. There's this whole terrorist thing. There's this whole terrorist vibe. Almost like an elevated version of 9/11, but a little bit more theatrical in a sense, but it's still very, very realistic to what happened during 9/11 and, you know, the terrorists and the Twin Towers and things of that nature. So if you like the complexity of understanding the government and understanding politics, the Patriot Act, terrorists, bombs, all that jazz, you're going to love Quantico. It's on ABC Network. It's amazing. It's just so good, and I'm obsessed with it. It's confusing, it's complex, it's groundbreaking, it's breathtaking, it's everything you can imagine in a TV show. Okay, the next show that just recently came on TV, or just came on, is The Family. The Family is also on ABC Network, of course. It's all the shows that I've done. I'll link it, you know, below. It's on ABC Network. It just started. I just finished episode 3, and The Family is all kinds of bananas. So basically, it's about a boy who was kidnapped 10 years ago, comes into the police station and says, look at that boy on that picture that's been missing for 10 years? That's me. So it goes into is he really who he claims to be? Is his family really excited to see him and see that he's returned? Or do they not think he is who he claims to be? Who are the people that kidnapped him? What happened to him for 10 years? What happened to the guy who was wrongly convicted for the murder of, I think his name is Adam Warren. Adam Warren is the boy's name. So what happens to the guy who was wrongly convicted of so-called murdering him if the so-called Adam Warren comes back into town talking about, hey y'all, I'm back after 10 years of being gone. His family has moved on with their lives. I mean, as much as you can move on after your child and your brother has been abducted and possibly confirmed dead. So they've moved on, and so to see him back in action, and he was kidnapped when he was 8 and he's now 18, so it's been 10 years, and it's all the just weirdness of having to come back and try to rejoin your family and learn new things. And there's a bunch of like mystery to the situation, just because not everyone is completely positive that he is who he claims to be, and if he is, where's the man who kidnapped him? How did he escape? Why did it take him so long to escape? All these different things like that. So if you like a good mystery, if you like a good like that Dateline vibe show or type of concept, you'll love The Family. It's so good. I'm completely obsessed with it. It's only been episode 3. Episode 4 comes on this Sunday, and I'm so excited. I'm obsessed. You guys need to tune in. You will love it. The last show that I'm going to talk about is Power. Power is the bomb. I mean, it makes me smile when I talk about Power, because it's just, you know how when you listen to music, I don't know if you listen to like rap music, hip hop or whatever, but if you do, you know how you just listen to some good music and you're just kind of like, you know, like rolling in your car and stuff, and you're just like, yes, like Power just makes me want to say yes. Like that's how you feel when you watch Power. Power is hip hop. Power is musically, you know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't even have the words, because it's so good and it's so powerful. It's about the, you know, it doesn't have as much to do with the music industry like Empire does, and I know a lot of people compare Empire to Power so often, and honestly it baffles me because the show is not the same. Even 50 Cent, one of the main people on Power, loves to compare himself to Empire and try to throw these like slight slugs like, oh, we're better than Empire, or, you know, Empire responds and this, that, and the third, but they're not even the same. Empire is based on music, the music industry and everything that surrounds that. Power really has nothing to do, like the forefront of the show has nothing to do with music, so when people try to compare the two, it doesn't make any sense. Power is on Stars, I believe, or is it HBO? I don't know, I'll figure it out and link it below. But I think it's Stars, and Empire is on Fox. Now with Stars or HBO or any of those type of networks, you can say and do whatever you want. You can run around blip, 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 cursing, and they won't blip, blip, blip. They'll be like, you know, saying the words I don't want to say, because, you know, but they don't care. But with Fox, you can't do that. So long story short, they're not the same. You can't compare them. They're just, it's not the same thing. I don't know. Empire is good in its own right, even though the last season was a little bit questionable. But you know, it's good in its own right. I loved the first season, but this is not about Empire. This is about Power. Power is really good. It's basically about a guy who runs a club, and he's also a really, really big drug dealer in New York. You know, he has obviously affiliates and different people who are working with him. It shows the background of his family life, of the life he has with other people, and how it correlates into his club, into the drug dealing business, and everything of that in the nitty gritty streets of New York City. So Power is really good. I hope you guys tune into that. Again, Power, Game of Thrones, The Family, Quantico, Shades of Blue, Blacklist. I hope you guys tune into it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you love it, if you like it, if you don't really like it. I would love to know, like, why, or, you know, let me know, just so I could, like, see, you know, because some people don't, you know, they don't really care for shows like that, but I personally love them. So let me know what you think. Peace and love. See you guys later.